when a subblock handle an exception, it terminate normally. Subblock means it is maybe your procedure, it may be your function. So when subblock handle an exception, it terminate normally. Control resume in the enclosing block immediately after the subblock end the statement. However, the PLSQL raises an exception and the current block doesn't have handler for the exception. Suppose if your PLSQL raise an exception and subblock is not handle it. Okay, you are having a exception handler and your exception handler is not handling it. Suppose there is a heavy raining, you have an umbrella, but through that umbrella you cannot protect yourself. So in that situation, what happened? Like if it is a heavy raining, then your raincoat and your umbrella is not might not be in use or might not be what protect you from what wet. So similar way in a PLSQL block, if you generate or if you having some kind of exception and that exception is not able to handle it, okay, then you have to use a word propagate your exception. One advantages of this behavior is that you can enclose the statement that require their own exclusive error handling in their own block while leaving more general exception handling to enclosing block. Note that in example of exception are declared in the outer block, in the inner block when no row exception is raised. The raise application error procedure, you can use this procedure to issue the user-defined error message from store program. You can report the error to your application and avoid returning the unhandled exception. Okay. The syntax is for raising your exception. Raising your exception means you can define the exception according to your requirement. Okay, so you can raise your exception according to your requirement. You can report the error to your application and avoid uh, the returning unhandled exception. Use raise application error procedure to communicate a predefined exception interactively by returning non-standard error. Some of the error that you have, it is not according to the exception handling rules. Some exception you have to define according to your application requirement. You are defining some kind of user defined exception. With raise exception error, you can report the error to your application and avoid returning the unhandled exception. So when you are returning the unhandled exception, it contains some kind of exception number. So your exception number is between minus 20,000 to minus 20,999. Message is a user-defined message for the exception. Is a character string up to 2048 bytes long. True or false is an optional boolean parameter. If it is true, the error is placed on the stack of previous error. If false, which is default, the error replace all the previous error. First is you are giving a error number, then the message that you want to print, and if your exception is arises, that is showing you that kind of exception. Okay. It is contained in two part. It is used in the two part raise application error. One is your executable section where you are writing your PLSQL code. Another is your exception section. It returns the error condition to the user in a manner consistent with the other Oracle server error. Now we go to the programs. So here we are using exception handling section. Before that, create table employee as the table is created. Now we retrieve a record, select last name into V underscore L name. It is retrieve the last name into V underscore L name where first name equals to John. First name equals to John contain a more than one record. So if you check here, this contain more than one record. So you cannot store more than one record in a single variable. So that it shows an exception when too many rows are retrieved. Saying you your select statement retrieve multiple row, consider using cursor. Your select statement retrieve multiple row, consider using cursor. One is procedure and function that we have to discuss. Procedure and function are named PLSQL block are called as the PLSQL subprogram. It have the block structure similar to the anonymous block. It have the structure similar to the anonymous block. It is optional declarative section. You can declare by using of declare keyword. It is mandatory for executable section, optional section to handle the exception. Procedure and function. Up to this point, anonymous block are where the only example of the PLSQL code As the name indicated, anonymous block are unnamed executable PLSQL block. It is not having any kind of name. Means you are executing the PLSQL statement, then you are getting a result. Again, if you want to get that same result, again you have to execute it. Procedure and function are named PLSQL block that are known as subprogram. These subprogram are compiled and stored in the database. The block structure of the subprogram is similar to a structure of anonymous block. Subprogram can be declared not only in the schema level but also within any other PLSQL block. Okay, so any other PLSQL block you can define. This subprogram contains three parts. One is your declarative section. Subprogram can have an optional declarative section. First, you have to define, unlike the anonymous block, the declarative section of a subprogram doesn't start with a declare keyword. The optional declarative section follow is and as keyword is used. Then we're using executable section where you are executing the SQL statement. Then later you are having an exception handling section. This is an optional section that is included to handle the exception.